Shipping rates for tankers carrying oil products have nearly doubled this week. This comes amid the ongoing blockage at the Suez Canal after a big container ship ran aground. The vessel, Ever Given, remains wedged between both banks of the canal, effectively paralyzing one of the world's busiest maritime trade routes. It may take weeks to clear the obstruction. According to some data, the cost of shipping clean products such as gasoline and diesel has risen by about 73% since early this week. The benchmark shipping index for certain tankers from the Middle East to Japan hit 137.5 today, up from 100 last week. More than 30 oil tankers are stuck at the Suez, including 16 laden crude and product oil tankers. At least 4 are said to be considering going around the Cape of Good Hope at the southern tip of Africa, but this will result in a longer voyage time and possibly cause delays of more than 20 days. A number of manufacturers in Singapore are bracing themselves for delays, saying that goods may arrive 2 to 3 months later than usual. Many are looking at other routes by land, air or sea, which could be 3 times more costly. And ultimately, the buck might stop at the customer.
Made in Europe sports equipment, like these floorball outfits, might hit shelves in Singapore up to 60 days later than usual. And so long as the Suez Canal remains blocked, this major sport equipment maker and importer, which has factories in China, says goods also won't make it in time for European summer sales. It's now desperately looking for other ways, such as using major railways that link China to Europe.
That is the faster and shorter, but the cost of the freight, it will be 2-3 times about the sea freight. Like now the container from China 20 foot to Europe is about 3,500. We may need to pay up to 9,000, 10,000 for one container. I think the cost of the air freight may cost about 4 or 5 times more of the sea freight. So whether the customer want to pay or not, I don't know. If the customer may want to agree to that, they may ask us to compensate or to help them.
Right now, a few major rail links connect this side of the world to cities in Europe, mostly from China, where much of the world's manufacturing is. Although costly, these cut delivery times by about half. Freight forwarders CNA spoke to say they cannot wait for the commonly used Suez route to be unclogged. Instead, they are looking at alternative shipping routes like the Cape of Good Hope at south of Africa. This detour adds another 2 weeks to the usual trip and costs up to 30% more, which could trickle down to consumers eventually. While some firms may look for suppliers closer to home, it may not be always possible.
Certain cargoes, you can easily get alternatives and substitutes. But certain commodities, like I said, for these dangerous goods, it is going to be very challenging. Even you get a rerouting done, even the vessel passes by a certain port, and then the first 2 ports may be acceptable, and then the transit port says, no, they don't allow. And that we are back to square one again.
The company has lost 15% of revenue so far, and it expects marine equipment to Singapore to be in short supply as well. Shipping companies say even if the Suez clears up, it may still be many more months before traffic in the seas return to normal. For months now, congestion at ports because of COVID-19 lockdowns and a surge in cargo demand have left many container ships stuck at sea.